Hello, I'm Dr. Lynn Scoresby. I've had the privilege over several decades of having two sets of experiences. One is as a teacher at a major university in classes of human development, and the other is as a family psychologist in a clinical setting. Well, working in those two environments over time, I began to notice that some parents had unusually clever kinds of strategies in dealing with their children. And I would say, well, how did you handle this? And they would say, well, here's what we tried. And sometimes that didn't solve the problem, but their approach was so clever, I thought I should record some of them and then maybe make them available. So the purpose of this video is to tell you my research results and then why they came up with these clever strategies for their children, so you can use both the strategy and their ideas. So for example, when I would hear somebody with one of these really cool ideas, I would say, well, where did that come up? How did they come up with that? So I'll give you an example. So here's a mother who son was a guitar player and played in a band, and he would bring his guitars and the amplifiers and put them in their living room. And and she would ask him to take them to his bedroom, but he wouldn't. So they had several arguments about that. And so one day she just decided that she would tune the guitars. And as you know, if you tune a guitar by turning those little knobs on the end, you get them out of tune. Well, he came home and took his guitars out for his next gig and discovered they were out of tune. He came home angry. And he said, who's been messing around with my guitars? And his mother apologized. And then he said this, you can't trust anybody here. And he took his guitars to his room and locked the door. When I heard that, I thought, that's pretty creative. So I began to think about how she came up with that. And a very high percent of parents who did that had these two things in their lives. They understood about child development. They knew how children grew, and most of their clever ideas came after they had seen a child develop and grow over time. And then they also had some notions about how to integrate what they wanted to their children to be or do with the knowledge of development. So in this series, I'm going to present information about child development and talk about what parents can do, and then hopefully I can give you an example of these clever things that parents did, and then I can pass them along to you.